Assalamu alaikum bari ngolung al konso mobe dawda anibe watu to Kabran Skype radio and TV services lamola lingiberal mobe dawda anibe watu to intemben kal bismillah programo min ngole kere purkana sambala mola lingiberali coming for Gambia corruption free jenko nintilimbale amimbe Gambia banko kan bi lafzolo kachala jambi kachabe diala bake inshallah onal badi mala Mustafa jamme mimbe sirim programo kunna nyintembe 17:30 UK time 16:30 Gambian time binak inshallah kachala nimimba kachala jangolo National Assembly member for Brikama South Lamin Jesane I think Nuha Sise, our technical expert. Bruce saying, Yintembeng Fang be Lamorlani Giberlal be control nambal Bismillah la programme mi along all kere Purkana Sambananko, Bijenko, and until Malia Bala Gambia Bango Yadile. Yintembeng Lamin Sane Fangobam Fere Mimu, National Assembly member for Brikama South, and in Nuha Sise Oleben Fe Yintembe. Bruce saying the Felfenkela say Nuha Sebula. Ining lamar laning giberlale ñoo konton ni obra jeen sina lamin kan afran ning lamar laning giberlale ñoo konton honorable lamin sane le no hayni mbare mo kende
abaraka Mustafa abaraka bake mbe lamar laning giberlal konton na aning minul bina ñem programme o gibela ñaato but follow mbe honorable lamin je sane konton na ka bismillah programme o ñimto now lokum programme oti ka tilimbali ani jenko ani tapale ambe Gambia banko kan ka akol minu ay programme o tun sa fa doron karla moyla ni juberlal be kon ke bismillah programme ni to Mustafa c'est may ko mronde kan baraka ba
ene baraba ke no ha bron sa inde fo fen kala fonse honorable fangobola ani lamorla ni juberlal ñoo konton minketa honorable lamen je sanati Brikama Saudi la National Assembly member ñin non fu signa flotte pour kana programme ñinto be programme min koto minti wolom be janko nin tilimbale baylano Gambia banko kan nyaadile andum ñinku na ba kala atakela no National Assembly ko so ni gombo nyama Lamin honorable Lamin burum ba fale koy bismillah on Skype wala men
assalamu alaikum mbading jiberlane lamoylal be balbe kondonal tonal kontola sako Skype wala studio management muna ñu programme o kere pour sakacha kilimbalani jengomi be banko kan telema albadi malum National Assembly member for Brikama South honorable Lamin Jesan balbe kondonna dukare alimbe ngal lamoy nga kacha kol mi beden na banko la kadu bi ngalo nako banko din kendo be bela fene corruption e bojang fo Gambia sa Cairo soto na banko kan ala baraka bak
ene baraba ke imo kende Lamin ni ajibe follow Lamin italomu National Assembly member ti for Brikama South Lamin la fe ñini ngala kuma follow min na janim bina no hakan niko National Assembly member wo muno amu ala simfati ataka mineke palaso ñimpu muno
abarka bake Mustafa ila ñini karo kuma da bakele katu banku dingol ani mun yalla go be outside ni ko National Assembly member député munam député ti follow député lo modi mi yalla go tombondiri molo e kamin tombo from constituencies wala na chef banku e kam mole tombong mi yalla go akata ka akala mol nyati ay ke siwolti ay ke dati ay ke buloti député bungodo bari Gambia be da sila no député bungodo fale mo sodo min bi da sila kal tom ka si al to yalla je fengo malla hajodi fengo be dendenga la kol yakol ka kacaje ka jo kol yakol bankan yirwale na bar follow ni ko député muna député la do ku follow e ka fole legislative function wolon ka luwalde da ka luwal jube luwa jamal luwa kengolti min hanama di wala nyanto bunya mi sonda good governance afo kalwal jube la fa loi nyaadi le mara Gambia no le mina ngania nga mune hayma la fa loi nyaadi le mara nga jango loi sambaje mi yalon ko mobe la nyanto be dile la wala muna doku foloti doku fulanyango nal hakilo bakan dibitel annual budget da panso min ka dum banko kunna sango sang dibitel la ka approve annonce akana kuma on the 6th of September be budget to start la but is abe kum fala December nyanta kum fala wala real time oto ning banko la da panso nada dolla ka tala bundal to bunda jamala mun productive sector of our economy ngadi wo bundal la comme agriculture sula dala comme min bolbe son da kolon backbone of our economy nga jube mo butu declaration e binafo 10% of our local budget our budget supposed to go to agriculture kaje ko nyimani sango bada mi yalon abaga bo wosa bo fon na manul dogu janka balula ani ko bini ko health fana 15% wolon abuja declaration pour député le fana wodi nyina bara buga kino wol be buga kino because ni na da jubi na budget o nyim fana ka doya bakale fana ni boda ni ngo budget ol dada kana muri ka me oversight function ka bunyu noma nga kono min dialla ali aka nyamala ba mo ko rosi nga jwe na ma ka nyara nga recommend to the president ministry tar nyinni nyina bija ala bay for the time being wala ben na banko mara bukol kono wala yatina but nyara nu sembo ben dol fon bulu yalla be baylal directly straight we can only recommend to the president because ministerial position mu political appointment the president da mala ko keno so the deputy found one thing he can report to the president and the executive board so oversight function no wo kuma da wala munna do ku flanyon bunda sabanyo e ka fole advocacy ndama bulu kama sa ko man rena dula do ngalo deputy mo ngadiamu minister of energy mun dama ko rawol bin mun dama lol be do kula wati jam ndana plano ko man soroje yelo advocacy keno wodo karam bundal min be la dula do yino deputy la do ko di na bala fa warta bakke mo jamal ma fahamno ni ko député kamina ko ita da fural jella do ita da kulli jella do sanga jella do bi nete mo fon jube to nyalon foi service o kela mo le nte pa of my profession social worker so I don't feel much trouble pour kaje ko to serve my people in any capacity ni ajube ni wado be kono fam fure ci ko ngabi ngende na piko bola sai atana sungal salo masale mbele be RVTH kaje ko nga furel samana ni manda mo la sanga bla e ko amanta sometimes they deny you from going to the parliament can represent you but yet la kuliol attend yet la jaleba sol attend fundraising program fural program so you know problem will dimri along ko mol do differentiate la ko député la do ko follow is to legislate good laws that mimbe banko marala fula nyaw to conduct oversight on the executive nyamay legislation they are a check on the executive second important arm of the government oversight sama nyamu advocacy la so jidom député la do goti député la modi mi yalon ko chefu banko kay kamini tombon kataka kela banko mo nyaati idati ni singo député bu mo bari mo bi da silano abarka Mustafa ñu no député ya ni député tombo nya ani député la do ko
ine mara bake lamin ngamara je senata bakele comme ya bondi mo lay ñoto ñamen ne aje lafta ka follow wala kadum ko ku jannibe dunna ko nyin kono ko fango kuma mundi inyanda ko la you need to be able to define ko nyin mu minute so ni olon science na dun kacha kun kono ila explanation o min tandi jam olom in summary député wala kata kamol represent mol nyaldi ila tundo mi alon ko wala ni ko prikama south ni wo sifal so nin kumbo nyama sain woto bi feja mumbi jam ñinno moti mi yalon ko atela be sirim brikama sauti pour kaje ko lual pour kaje ko jankol pour kaje ko mi yalon ka ba brikama saut dingol nafala ko mi yalon ko brikama saut dingol la sulo moldi ataka wala kaja akole akole temben kaje ko wolon kuti mi yalon ko abakela so nin kumbo nyama no ha bayri nga député sotom fe jam nga foyela ko lamen ko lafta ko min kachala wolom auditor report amu fennete mi alonko ay mo jamalle sula katum kodole dundaje kodole fundidaje andum kodi wo kodi dundaje kodi wo kodi bije akake mbela to yala mbedem be kodolo so ni kumbo nyama lamin gafanyani le na ko fenko min bijang no ha afana mo moldi mi alonko angamara afana nyini ngar so do mi alon lafta kala kula min bedending afana domandingo millong fannala auditors report no ay imo kende bismillah ela microphone over mute le maybe near on mute no
Tonyala abaraka baka Mustafa honorable Lamin Jesane abaraka ila o introduction on beteata ye kumoni senendi molma député la do government ila foroto way me yitande wala nyinti ko député la do ko kuma bata banko kanne especially Allah oversight function ni yalla oversight function jibe umu area me a lonko al nyanta man sakunda londi la silola kam ya lonko silatilinde ngola yo bankola loi e sembo dielle le pour aliyo ke bari nata menje na korsiroto aninna londoto wala nyinti ko audito le report jamal le safe ke bi national assembly la bari man simfa nyaaje o ko to me ya lonko ay banko mol nyaafa o audito la reportol nyin kono ku jamal le beje miliya yitandi ko tilimbaliyanin tapalayanin nakaro abe tama kam man sakunda kono andum man sakunda fongo nata nyi yitandila ko itolde iye motale me alon ko abe do ko wala ka kiskisiro ke kaaje ko tilimbaliyanin tapalayanin nakaro be dawda o kiskisir lañi nyanta safalale ay reporto nyindi dipitella pour dipitelle yela do ko ke bar man sakunda fongo le sakaroto ye memfo wala nyinti ko itolde e ka reportol di député la bari député buka simfanyata akoto sai honorable Lamin Jesane masakunda ye albole Gambian kolial ko itolla do ko ye okele ko do ka tama nyamin bankola fanko ka tama nyamin ya safele ya yitande ani nata mota fana me ya lonko wala yo kiskisiro ke kaje ko fanko na tamo tamandir nyani fa tata silola la bam fa manta silola baro be bor ngoje wo mol fanal na ta reportol safele ke dial tolla pour ali yalla do ko bar man sakuna koy tolla jeroto almal la do ko tamanda nyama so wo be reportol men to pour ke ma koy ba o ita national assembly member ati pour salon report jumale yo fo wo reporto nyi o wala mu the Gambia Public Finance Management Strategy so a reporto nyi a fintita me karola kono ñin 2021 Ministry of Finance wala reporto ñin safe ya yitandi je ko iko itolla hamomu ñinati pour auditor la reporto akal finti a watola wokola ila hamomu ñinati pour ñin kammala ko banko be la fengolu comme ila asset solu yetanka yetaram tajela ko dunia be sonta fanko tamandir nya menna way tama man sakunda kono ñina muy la hamod bari inata menke wala ñinti ko iko ilafta quality
no hala line of freeze dalaje for some reason ngamara la internet connection went a bit dodgy Lamin bari te kante moyle
hande ke mola musaba
yo ha
ata kundu
la line of froze dale ngamera for I don't know what's going on with ala n madunga jibe bara min fo kan alafta min fo la ba kuma ta bakele
nga moy bakele akana ninda minna anu nga be faham la aka min fo
yo lafta pray je futandi isa yana futandi wona la jabu kadia imagine no hafan Canada we just ati Canada la jolonta la de minute because lafta na je futandi isa je kwendi because mol men bijam ilafta kalong muna ba kering aning muna kanyin sifal sabu nyin jenkol kodol min bakol kol min bakol kol nyanda villa no welcome back ngamara we lost Canada la je no
yeah na internet le dropped for some reason
okay
pour ka continue ka honorable Yamin a reporto ni ka fole the Gambia Public Finance Management Strategy Ministry of Finance wala a reporto ni fintindi May 2021 so ngakumol minul fonun komanto yewollel hamme pour ka ake yo ina hajero men je wala nyinti ko iko ye nyatuta ku bala soto itolla hamen kolto e lafta kaminul ke bari ila challenges momenti wala minti ko auditor la report jamabe la National Assembly me ya lonko National Assembly man simfanyata akol kono yo tumando nyaato do mandim programme o kono mbedunna auditor la report o kono le report o dole me yitandi comme tapaleyanin kuriya membe keri man sakunda kono auditor fongol finti o tapaleyanin kuriya nyin kanne ka yitandi wo report o nyinul kono andu wo report o ye minul di National Assembly la ye mol fangol to fo report lo kono minu ya lon ko yin kuriyani tapaleani nakaro beke jele bar hani bi National Assembly man simfa nyata ko kono man sakunda la kanyum fo de ntema fo yo report o nyin ala page 13 to page 14 yenyum fo wala to tumando be la fala pour kanyin safe ni atre la tan kanyum mem fo tem pour kata ka a report o nyin request from Ministry of Finance yeta page 13 to page 14 ila ñin section o ñin e ka fole external scrutiny and oversight wole yitandiro ñin ke man sakundala foro to ko itol ñanta men kele ya bekele banko la fanko ya tamandile andum banko la fanko tamandirinya ya kiskisile ya be safari poto andu wori poto lu ye di National Assembly la andu National Assembly hani bi man sakundala jeroto almanga la do ko tamandi anyama man sakundala ya fa dente mafo so honorable nsepula yenyum la jansa jannim bita dunna kuriyal nin tapalayal minul keta man sakunda kono ñi reporto e men di National Assembly la ka kilin fo nsa kol ñinul kacha
abaraka bake nuha ela commensol betata anda kumayata katu momo mo nyim banko dingoti inyanta yakilo tulale inyanta sulo sotulale bankola fangoka du nyaadile aka kilimbali nyaadile ando woto be tentula be jayila ila do ku nyima kan fana anda kuma la kan danyi ninka bar folo min fana bije la fanga damin faham damandi National Assembly committee le so do wollom di doku pundalti wollon doku pundalti National Assembly nina you have standing committee and in select committees Songol so yana ko abeden dim finance la abekata pack pekle. E gavme pack wakata also. Those dealing with public enterprises will packed yes separately. Yajele. But it's very unfortunate the mantra in any of those committees though. The committee minkono, I am the vice chairman of the government monitoring project, capital projects. I am part of select committee on agriculture. I'm part of committee committee on regional governance, land, IEC, and ombudsman. So these are the committees in Dolbedami. All the local councils will kill a report or someone. But what happened in Kalamda, FPAC, they have bad luck of reports in Manmini, in Mamuni Alongo, in Bano KJB. Because Minagana bring 2017, all these reports will be compiled in Yokan, Ladol Fomabije, in Mamparefang. So these are problems Mini Alongo. They have to take a leave prieta, kata confine black can you report on Jube, and they are going to adequately respond. But hundreds of people that are found wanting in corruption. National Assembly coming, you advise the executive by making a resolution, executive to act that. The implementation of executive law we conduct oversight. We flag whatever we see is wrong. But currently, lafanga loi bukol jugo munele de kering. Ndolfana bika tamam kunfe loi lemmara. We have the constitution and all the acts. Again, we also have the standing order. That's the rule of procedure. Miyalonko walaka deputy la lungo lul tamandirambulo be define. But nina la juben dola new constitution okono 1997 constitutional amendment. It was enacted in 1997, but this was borrowed from Ghana, domesticated to our level, and it was not even subjected to referendum. And the constitutional lifespan began to be 20 years. 21 years, that constitution must be subjected to review. Because now most of the law they become obsolete. And they need to be repealed because they are not commensurating with the current realities. Secondly, from 1997 to date, we have 52 piecemeal amendments. Or amendment only obnoxious laws, ill-conceived laws, and repressive laws that are in our constitution. Imagine if you remember TRRC, they have the indemnity clause that protect them for killing innocent Gambians. So these are still in our books. But a draft constitution was made. The executive used the parliament to reject that one. As you may understand, Doku follow is the repeal of section 91(1)(d) of the constitution. That is controlling National Assembly members. But National Assembly members free. So the executive can use money to bribe certain norms. It's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. I am part of this. This badge of National Assembly with this type of negative legacy. So, what call the min bekerin? Saying coming for new corruption on min bekerin. The anti-corruption bill is still among enatno. Mune asabu kule bekerin ya me aloko. Or finance ministry mean for any report upon the according to you. Well, they know how they battle with us when you come to budget session. Science, and what a supplementary appropriation bill. It was not easy with Mambure because what we feel is the productive sector of the economy. But they have priorities, misplaced priorities. So these are still problems that we need to address. Corruption on Mandiamwe, and there is nobody, National Assembly member, who want to see corruption happening in this country. It's very unfortunate the corruption rate in the country. You feel it, you see it, but you don't have a control over it. Executive Minyan Takela Mankeno. Because Nina Najube, how many of these government institutions are audited by an audit firm, independent audit firm? That is not there. It's the Auditor General Department, Minkake. And the Auditor General is paid by the President. And everybody. So, we have a long way to go as a country. This is the last hurdle. We must cross this hurdle triumphantly to make sure that we bring in a Gambia that will reflect the interests of the Gambia. The one thing is going to be a big problem. Corruption told Benjamin. Classical example, Jube, what happened to KMC? KMC, the CEO was a suspect. Do you understand? At a tune of 12 million was involved. What the Lord Mayor did, he called a council meeting. They met and came out with a resolution. Let's suspend him tentatively to investigate. Or suspension, the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Local Government, 12 million is no small amount. So these are the type of problems we've been carrying young. But never ko new constitution donata, the parliament will be empowered to censor ministers, to censor the departmental heads. So Ibayalako will be able to control. But it's very unfortunate for the National Assembly, we are not even autonomous. Science modern autonomous below in Pascal. Just last session. Extraordinary session will pass. Imagine I'm a National Assembly member, a sitting member, put in there by the overwhelming majority from the southern part of Birkam. But if you come to a tabling of bills, it's only government because nobody can only come out with a private member bill. Or private member bill has an implication because we are completely health incapacitated, legally incapacitated. Only few of us, 1 or 2 people, they are legally inclined. Even if they are illegally inclined, they are not draftmen. You need to factor the legal aspect and the grammatical aspect to come out with a very salient bill. And the Gazette publication also is another thing. It can be the constituency letter. Come you can be the don't look at them because Nila program was in a constituency, you have to be going. How can you sponsor a private member bill? It's going to be a problem. So these are the type of legislation we need to repeal. Not the constitution alone, but all the acts have a problem. For example, the labor laws of the country, the 2002 Local Government Act. We don't have a land policy in the country. So, you must have a clear-cut policy, a regulation that will control the mode of operation and the control on the people so that there will be no corruption in the country. The corruption can be minimized. But no one can have a call. The type of legislation we have is supporting and promoting corruption. You can only flag it. But if the National Assembly is given 100% opportunity to censor ministers, to censor people that are found wanting, then so these are the type of problems. I'm tentatively. Maybe you can come with silent phone. The area coming for is affect park. It's affect park.
Right. So what I'm finding out in Alonco, what the responsible thing in the Jankon La Carola, coming for pack, yeah? Pack, what the manata of Fanala, could lamen? Honorable.
Hello?
Go pack. Ngamana pack iko wala multimedia along ko ito le marraw yung fanala
pack now they are divided. You have pack, you have pack. So pack is responsible of all the financial issues affecting the central government and its department.
Right. Okay,
so pack is responsible.
Pack deputy Jamal Lebe pack ite min long lamin.
Ela kumo ka sakele diram.
Huh? Badunge ma ko je Mustafa. PAC committee me along ko ibe National Assembly. So PAC wala Public Accounts Committee. PAC la chairman wala Mariam Jack Dentin la chairperson. PEC wala Public Enterprises Committee wala chairperson no Halifa Sallah.
Halifa Sallah, you know the chair is the speaker.
Yeah, Mariam Jack Dentin.
The PAC chair is the speaker of the National Assembly. This is where you have Yakumba Jete. You have Alaj Drame, you have Alajimbo, they are all part of it. Sidia Jara, they are all part of PAC, Public Account Committee.
Yeah. So Mariam Jack Dentin, Speaker of the House, Atlemu ila chairperson ti, Sidia Jatalemu ala vice chair ti. Yo bari ndani deputy minul kachata, mobe kanyina itandin nako.
Ela kumo ka sakile dabandi. Buka mo edama.
Nkambem for wala mnyintiko Public Accounts Committee, Mariam Jack Dentin, the Speaker of the House, Atlemu ila chair ti, Sidia Jatamu vice chair ti.
Yes.
Yeah. Public Enterprises Committee, Halifa Sallah Muila chairperson. Yeah, but that aside, nin deputy Jamali Kacha Soto, and Kame Yitan in Nawalam Yintiko, Yakolea Kolel Soto, Pruka Kambengo Soto deputy Bungola, Kajeko, Lual Yanta Falin na Yafaling. Because ila introduction of Honorable Yayitan Dilako, deputy la one of the functions Walam Yintika Lual Deda. Sa deputy Minuli Alonko Emarata Lual Deda. Ni luwa ngini alon ko be na luwa bukol kono e mankati on ko mol manyina understand no mun dalila le basina la actual minul la do ko luwa dadati al man luwa al falinno pour ka je ko luwa kendo le na luwa because mi ajibe
mbado nyindu kumara mbado jande bina fulo nyindu la kumara bakele because what is a very important question. You are talking to a National Assembly member mina do ko luwa dadati luwa furo bi jate fon ya lo action da ko wa fudale amam bonoje yalon député bungo majority count, number count. Yajele. Yo, ni de la famille bondila, a dependa number nyinela. Par sa ni député bungo fon divide ta. Dol bije, wolketa wolka dolje ko ila ennemi lom. Politico dunta député bungo kono, mol divide ta, ndamal nyomo no, executive wala use to divide us. Pour ñin sifal kana falino itol de can continue on their dictatorial tendency. So wole mbadandi bage ni wakata ñew the constitutional review, the act was that constitution was premised on the National Assembly Act. 116 million was invested there, but the deputy are reject because they have the number to reject it. So ñin na mun na problème li ko liya ku ballo moldi Koliaku ballo molti woyem batandi bake. So it's unfortunate dolmi fon bije it's very unfortunate dolfon aka koliam bulu fon mfon ke ku mbega keno so ñin la kenen la problème molti
okay no bake honorable nse Mustafa Bula ayeje jansa bari mbe muru na ñindu la kanne pour nga ji koyndi bake bawo hanbi ñin karo gambulu jele me alonko lafta jabirola woni nan karola bari se Mustafa
you go ahead. Isa ni karola, yes.
So ñinen karo men be mbuluje wala ñinti ko ndeka Gambia National Assembly nka alla ko no ma bakele bawo ngaje ko altollel mu bundati me ya lonko alse banko bondino maral nya jawo ko yo bari ntela hakil toto nena maaje député wuli wala député lu mine ya lonko be kukilin kaje ko tilimbalianin tapaliamin be kerin ka kele ye proposal ke ye bill samanam bilo me yatinna abenyi loi jawol baylale hana tra manke draft constitution de ngawbula aside bari député damalu itolye milu yalan ko be kankiling ye na ye bilo samana National Assembly banko be aje ko député karinin député karide ye nyi loi sifa samana député bungola la pour ka kacha kaje ko nyin tilimbale yanin tapalayabe bannola nyame bari député karinin député kari wollel balantana ma wollel je bawo ngajela ko reportol kadi député bungulale tonya nkanyi reporto ni mem foten on the 29th of March 2021 wolum internal audit directorate ni reporto ni side ya di Mariam Jack Dentilla yo bari nenema akibaro fongo moy ka foko o committee ni ye kolea kollel soto pour ka reporto ni dul be koba woyatinna inata plenary kayitandi député be la ko to nyaden tolu kole yako ben bulle report jamal fele laadi mbulu me alon ko hani bi me banno surata ma ko rolla al bulle bankola nafulo wala kadi député la pour ñin kamala ye la do ko ke wona fulo ko no consultancy ka budget jele ndene na ma moy député li announcement ke ko ibe consultant on le ñinen kam pour kana ke ma ko ba wayla ko mo ya yitandi je ko mo député jamal be je mi alon ko e manque draftsman député jamaa be je mi alon ko e manque finance professional baro be je nyaaw consultancy ka tra député la budget ko non nena ma moy ak ma fa manque de bar nena ma moy wala nena ma je safarin ko député le invitation o kele ka consultant ol invite wala ka banko dingol fomol invite mi alon ko c'est volontaire no yena ay député ma koy ka legal drafting ke wala ka budgeto ni explainer wala ka man sakundala expenditure ni ka explainer wala ko auditor la reportol ta ka explainer fanko ni be kasara ka nyami pour isa bondi ye nyoto nena mo je safari andu nena ma kibaro moy so honorable be nyin kala men mun yati na nyinul be man keno ngalon ko nyin karo nyi nga jam fatale ku jamala ba ko bari e hakelo minul ma yese wol jami abara
no abeda nyin karo fon be data ba kala kadu e ka area la fo min yalla ku mat bari la fe kalam den la kilingo kilina nyin committee ay subject matter specialist sotole o subject matter specialist wolka committee nyi makoyle in their oversight wala atinna baake fon e ka nyin pack jele pack fon jele they have two subject matter specialists in min katra do gola bari ngam fana foye committee operation is supported by budget malum foye o fana fahamle so minka ke the National Assembly was not autonomous so sometimes it can request nila allocation of banda sometimes they may request it as ila allocation of ba you have a problem so people will wonder min fanga budget or approve it also they cannot do certain things as a result of funding so nyinu problem wali the mini alonko ngalonko sign we are independent and this will come to address these problems nyim problem will be addressed la sani because whatever is going to happen we are autonomous financially and autonomous institution so ibajala ko say you will do things under your living but say min kumayal dorong e kam fo coming nena man si nga isu kilim fo yete fo ya fo nyamin okay the issue ngalo nako bur nga kalamuta ndola sioni sainteng only 2 private member bills lenata Digital college the Masambano, they cannot come with bills. Or private member bill 1 minority leader Asambana to expunge section 91(1)D of the constitution. Me unanimously the bill agreed on because what more near the bill by la party like Lusa la Sitla. More by it was not good. But that was a very, very dangerous move. Because what not be the bill be free. Recall clause is not enforceable. So the other one, we'll get a section, we'll get a 2002 Local Government Act. There's a section that was expunged in order to protect Birkama Area Council chairman or Sirfo. that was brought in by Honorable Alaji Jawara.
Yeah.
So I can't go. Therefore, these are all prepared outside. They are prepared within the executive. But coming together to come out with these changes, sometimes it becomes a problem because what is also going to happen? Coming now for politically we are divided as a parliament. For example, the party I hail from, don't need any suggestion and sign. Everybody gang against UDP. UDP. They will not take it. So what is the problem only? You might say Nintata voting now we lose. I don't need Sifal Fanabekela. There should be uniformity the way we think and the way we want to serve the country. Because constitutional welfare, you must serve with the national interest and your conscience. That's a constitutional provision. But how many of us left out? How many of us that philosophy in order to implement? So these are the type of problem when you affect. It coming back for Tonyalo. Yes, there might be people many along they may volunteer. But saying, at least how do we engage them as committees? Maybe this will also come into part. I know there are a lot of people, many along we don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but there are a lot of proposals for changes. This type of changes is coming for to remove ill-conceived laws and obnoxious laws. There are a lot of private member bills, maybe before those changes will make them. More proposals they are working with draft men to help them. So these are the type of issues. And if you look at this parliament, 90% are all beginners. So before you train them to understand the procedure was another thing. But the major stumbling block was this, when we were divided politically. So assembly, we don't bring in a bill to expunge those laws that are said to be deterring our development, promoting corruption. But with time, those things will come. The anti-corruption bill is coming, and that is also coming to address. It's at committee stage, but now no pastor is going to address a lot of problems. So these are the type of the issues the National Assembly for affect. Even whereas in the type of laws you cannot perform with this type of laws unless they are changed. So you know what the problem was, Mustafa.
Député Dammal Mankamben, député Dammal Wali lo betema, député Dammal Kelo lo betema, député Dammal Katusonga gang. And mol mi alongo wolom banku dingol do wolko nyim mol dollata wolla pureta yen represent nyin dula kardo mo be kala jibe mo buka mol la jibe because ne jibe nyun ko kono fuaro la ka bata bage ne jen defo de ngani soto pour kana jam pour ka kacha nyin ko la because fuaro la bata ngoleje because ne jibe nyin ko be nana da fuaro la ka bata je bage e say mol mi alongo ngol lata wolla la wol fanan tata je wol buka tarafen na je fo ñoo sama question la ben say député bun kono bi ni sa fo ñam munon ko le ko de minyanta regularize la pour ka je ko ñim bata ni ñing ko le amé bekere asa bono ñamen lamin honorable
musa fa ñi karo ke mi yala ko mata baki tonya sign thing politico dunda député bu kono and politico man address wata kala no the number one problem we are politically divided. Nim budget or table ta nim bilol nata molka political line especially NPP and UDP. So one bigger problem. So this political division, and that will not be changed because everybody is adamant in supporting your political party. Unless you can refer to a winner emerge with the sounding majority. You have your National Assembly members that will represent the country for you. Science and the one problem with it. It's not only the parliament, the country is politically divided.
But
it has to be a social media. Amount of talking in the
parliament wolon blood dame along control ko beta benna noje lata wala ta en tul represent je. But ni ma ke ku kamma ifana isa ke fuaro la ku kamma ni ma ke ku kamma
Okay. Niaja Musa Mande Balanda ka 10,000 inducement ota. Nimonyo dol. Ngamira follow because we don't want to be used as tools. But mim kumayata lafang benga mim faham. Wolonko BBP will be tembo minto. Even electoral me can't find to represent near disappoint. All for they are divided politically. So ni izunada instead of looking at the national interest, party interest like a national interest supersede. So this is another stumbling block. Me alonko another clear. And we clear no nyari unless we have a proper government.
Okay.
Because Bibiloni is not a Mialongo is national outcry. In the former constituency, though. Mojele Bencola, Lafa X, Y, and Z are falling. Lafa Bilonin can La Fekete. You receive a lot of calls. So these are problems.
Okay.
So you know problem with the Mialongo, I am Batandi. The elected themselves are divided.
Exactly.
So that also affects the National Assembly. So new current National Assembly will manage to complete our term, but the coming one, and this also has taken us back to the drawing board. Nimba National Assembly member recruit la. We have to be careful of everything. You must vet that individual, whether that individual is the right person to represent you. That individual, 5 capacities to represent you. That individual, is he not going to be a betrayer? So these are problems. Because Akenanyaming, the whole of 2016 was a problem. Because from the president, Yajame, Mobe Nina believe we don't look at the credibility of the candidate, Yajame Tadrong Aita. Momo that man unanimously agreed. Walatina, the credibility and the potential of the candidate was not looked into consideration. Who is incapacitated. So bring that the recruitment of the National Assembly members, the same thing continues. So it affects all the electoral cycle. But what we have experienced in this term, what we call a guideline in the forthcoming, the next electoral cycle, Manda Isila Yimbagokande. Amanda Isila at all. There are going to be serious vetting and people will put certain things into consideration. So you know problem will be affect because none of them Nano be kamben nu. Tanu ngani government control juna. Pero kamben balam problem wolti. Aben bele bala we are all affected. Anu think nyanda bin fola ni ko konalom. Man God black lim koindi. It's through electoral process we are elected into the parliament. The parliament is the house of politicians. That's where you talk about politics. Do you understand? But if you have divided politics, it's always unfortunate. It's always unfortunate.
Okay.
No, media on the platform.
Love the meme for young because Lamberland in Gibeon, one baby jam. Mbal sasila kukili na wala nyinti you can pass this message on. Share the video, share the program. Mini bela mo kan radio la, mini bela mo kan Facebook, mini bela mo kan YouTube fanang. Mbala fila alsa nyim programo janjande alsa siano pour mo be sala wo nyama kadon don nala jam pour ka foiro lokule ka foiro lokku kele Lamin Sadam fanang mo mola di mialonko afana nyi sembo tala ko abajela loko nyim programo ka be ke audio to ka ken corruption free programo to pour momo sula tala nyim programo is join no WhatsApp group nyen la audio nyim betara la jela ba be ke la audio sila inshallah so nin kumbo nyama honorable ningiela kumo mo nga faham wala nyinti ko Gambian call B sa kalamta ko momo tata ni la député lon dawda faye ko iko atol damal man kamben banko dingol la ko la banko la nyanto banko dingol la nyanto banko dingol la sula ko man ko matole min ko matale ya wollon alla pati lo kote ando ni nata banku doko la banku doko nyema nyanna pati jibela ando min fanambe ko ko ne ko la min ne ngay understand honorable
Ngami foye man kambeng bangola koto because different political parties lebiji political party clean dañi bango ga mila fa bango dingol be fala but political party they have their own policies and their programs it all program will differ nyaming so there is this struggle especially to the tail end of this 2021 memo election reality yajele to nyalam nka representation okele many a time nimbe debate la ni kala moy ndoka jamu bangola interest la seriously banko coming kumbo nka wala fo nka ko but at the end of the day what majority I mean decide wala kata so majority la decision no nying ite fo bola no je député le soldala so nyina mun na obstacle you have people there many along they have the country at heart they are trying day and night kaje ko nyimba ko fali and defo mo min ko mo maka diamu amanga ko fanjay de but ngalon ko I have this country at heart and the supreme interest of this country and na patil fana bije mune banko la interest soto for example ndema political party minto ni izul na nyim covid la sadol be gana programme wol bay banko la interest ka to do the containment strategies min yanta kala to avoid the spread of covid aduni banko la ko na national event wol ka participate abetol we see the country at heart into the political party
honorable ku kilim fajang ni aje baby jang dol min baby jang mol min baby jang ni aje nata jang kay la mo teni nuhala banko kano wala ya tam asabu ni aje mol bin ala jam foy ka fu nyolo ka ngasia because mol be comment jamal be safe kanja quite a lot of comments min ni alon ko be mol be safe kan mamma fonse comments will be read no usually ke telephone line o yela bar bi komi wato de ta nyameng mamma se line o yela no mamma se comments will be read no bar be dol katala len so will read no nyama mol kam min ni safe ba lafta min fola honorable ku kilim faja wo fanan kumada ay sula ni aje la fa ngaje jakayandi wala nyinti ko National Assembly member me député mi alon ko ye tombon dol bije wol man capable wol mela do ko no wol man ke moldi mi alon ko ya long mun na muy tolla do ko di so wo fanan kita kole akol di député bungo na yin ko fulol député dam man kambe député min bije man dol bije man capable enough pour ko place o nyi mara because danko don mo sa fono e lore wala malam fo ne ngi faham yo le fajan anim fanan député dol bije eke sambanin soto la duko e kala fe wala mudala namara malam fo ngila kumo fam no
wala fam
yo nin kumbo nyama woto nsafo no ko député bungo sain anafa dango doyata killing e ka duko le mude ko député bungo ka duko le muta député bungol ida maman kambe député bungo mol bi jela minni alonko e malom mum la do ko di mela do ko no so gambe ngol alla kenefele kerem fele pass the program share message no ha malom fo do mandim bebul jela fami jansala nya
abaraka baka Mustafa honorable tonya itani nyongolu alla ko mbala fale because I can imagine nintebe député bungola continue tan ngoto nyaaw nyam mbulo boylan ngoto la nga fo mbem continue sabara because a frustration o warla bakele. But having said that, hanibi mentambita watambita bawo ya yitandi kole ya hol minul sorta meyatinna kujama beje almuwo keno bar hanibi intela jeroto ko dol beje alsemen keno almawo ke tumando womu oversight le me alon ko hadamadi wo man timma bawo ni banko mol minul altol keje wol yaaje ko albe kata ko ke kanne bar hanibi mo dollel beje minul kal bantambil wo fo kadiyale bari dewbe caring kubu kake so for example niye nying audit report ngani mem fo eten director general of internal audit directorate on the 29th of March 2021 la report on di Mariam Jack Dentil so ni o report on fam kono jube a report on a serious tabakele so ndila jeroto ma mira mo nyanta tarla sirin wo report kan enim police fongol mandiya mo ko for example report on ni yitande ko ni Ministry of Justice ye kodole soto mi alon ko dollar wili keme saba wil tanni lul dollar keme warawula akodo ni a falin dala sola akanyanta million tanni woro dalasi wili keme saba wil tan lul nin kononto ani dalasi keme lul dalasi ta warawula nin nani kodile me alon ko asunya aka Ministry of Justice le so kodo nyin sunyata auditor la reporto ya ke reporto nyin kono e reporto nyin sika yadi Mariam Jack Dentil hani bi kumambo kuoto moma moy fanako finance public accounts committee ye recommendation o kele man sakunda ye pour nyin kamale ye simfa nyata nyin dollar wil keme saba wil tandi lulu dollar keme wara wala me alon ko asunyata Ministry of Justice ku manke oto nyin keta serun ne kono tina manke ko ka fo ka serun ko wala serun ko ma defo ya jere wo kola auditor la report nata yitandi ko e ka kono recitol minul dada pour ka kono receive Ministry of Justice e ka recitol minul tala ke falsify comme ke tapaleya ka kodo ta ka bulela gibo kono o kola kodo mi yalon ko atata kanyang dalasi wili keme kononto wil tan nani lulu dalasi keme say dalasi taworo wala nani o fanamu kodi mi yalon ko mollel ya tapaleya e recitol ka fumi if miss receipts ye wollel ta ya tapaleya ka ayitandi ko nyin dalasi wil keme kononto wili tan nani lulu dalasi keme say dalasi taworo wala nani akodo nyin kana dum man sakunda la rankeso kono consolidated revenue fund para sedu ngi ton la jibo kono nyim bebe auditor la report kono le me alon ko Mariam Jack dentin be siringa kan fo altol député ning altata bring altol la time commencé ta National Assembly kana fombe bi mento alman aje pakpek yesin fanyata ka ku kenyim kolto fo altol député minul mantara wo committee yol kono fo Allah standing order man sembo yita dial labam pour ka ñinul ñinin ka munat na hani bi alman ku kenyim tapale ya kolto minul be kere
ayo ila ñinin ka ro bedata fana andum kontanta ya ñinin ka yalon the audit national internal audit near report di park la the park will sit over it fana review, and they will also make public hearing. Every stakeholder involved in that report will be inquired. It also will also come to the national plenary. Kello report on your table. This is how it is done. But Sani, ni internal audit level produce. That one is for the executive. Executive logo is to manage the affairs of fund, the entire fund that is appropriated, which the cabinet is aware of. The cabinet 16 million is stolen from the Ministry of Finance, from the Ministry of Justice. Cabinet is aware in as much as you are aware. You only recommend to the cabinet to do it. The president and the entire cabinet, how can they know that thing happening in this country? So for it, I expect the president will only recommend. And I'm coming for a near report the Madam Jack Denton as Park. Park will also reconvene to sit. And the webinar that we're currently deputy for the research level. We are resuming on the 6th. But say new man see a report when you read intensively. If a report when you read like intensively, your public hearing color, then they make their recommendation and report to the plenary. That is also going to be subject to a debate. Not going to debate. If we pass our recommendation, so probably we come out with resolutions and pass to the executive. But executive should not wait for the National Assembly. If all the indicators are there, 16 million was stolen in the Ministry of Justice. Should they wait for the National Assembly? Then what type of executive is in the country? So quality. The people can only recommend. It become mobile. So is willing sign.
Abaraka bake honorable yeje koindile bari comme prum fana nga je koindi according to the Public Finance Act 2014 and in Financial Regulations 2016 and in Internal Audit Charter 2012
yes
ñinul be même fo wala ñinti ko the Internal Audit Directorate ni ila findings ke pareta e ñanta report o ñindi la National Assembly la. So the report of Public Finance Accounts Committee la during March 2021. Say April, May, June, July, August. Be Karlulu, right?
Go. No, excuse me. Report don't want to be able to. They are almost a year because bad luck le manager. Well, shortly before recess, last session during committee operation, they went to Bintang. Pour que la bad luck complete. Because report as a committee. Because they have oversight functions, will be carrying, and the usual assembly session will be on. Well, sitting is on for priority. Sittings take precedence over committee operations. So, Niwabe you cannot do anything. You have to concentrate on the sitting. The number of bills, motions, and treaties that are going to be tabled before us, with the parliamentary questions you send to the ministers, and the adjournment debate before we adjourn. So, Niwabe you cannot do any committee operations. So, what now they have bad luck for now, the same. But now, the amount of reports min kanana wol fana man is there. If they look at it right now, they must report to the plenary. That's the entire National Assembly. And do not follow what Kumol if our near debate follow it from Kumol Moila. In as much as National Assembly member Dolby, when you come to the truth, we don't deny anybody speaking the truth. So
that is very reassuring. That is very reassuring. But saying mbegin karo men kala wala mnyentiko altola taroje anin sign tema. Public Accounts Committee ye report jelle samanam plenary me ya lonko abota auditor la fanna la itala hakiltu.
Auditor la fam. Anyway, I'm not in the position unless I go to record from 2017 April to date. From 2017 to date.
Because nteka Allah sessions jamale norma. Allah published sessions namilul jube ntenene maje Public Accounts Committee wala Public Enterprises Committee yena ye report table to the plenary pour alia discourse me alongo abedending Auditor General la report la wala the functions of the public state-owned enterprises.
And let me tell you that annually, Auditor General report, not in the Auditor General report, Naboda, the Assembly of the whole House will debate over that and make our recommendation. Once near table, we'll debate over it. And we make necessary recommendations. Every year, once it is out, it is debated. What we got time for that is the Assembly of the whole House. Binga Auditor General report on look at you.
So Auditor General report fintita 2020. I report on infinitely in that report I Nico $823 million. Dalasi million can say million one in saba me along ko wole filter GRA in central bank tema. GRA ko Italiajo central bank le central bank ko GRA mankolo nyinjo. But bring Auditor General ye GRA nyininka GRA ko omu timing difference let. But when him BTM Auditor General my ayayitan le ko hani bi ko do manje. So aliyo discuss plenary le bambao omu Auditor General la report le no anu afintita sero.
No, Hansa Auditor General ko amarikoba.
Ko do marikoba.
Anyway, I'm not privy to that. But anyway, I think hopefully something that we can take it up.
Exactly. Nyine atinna Gambian kolbe frustrating, nyine atinna Gambian kolbe kamfaring because ni report on fintita, ntol ka report on yinsoto, nte membe sirinjang honorable. Nka Ministry of Finance le, nka nyimbe foten evidence le me alonko amanke amanke ko ngamman sakunda I'm being spiteful to the government. Fenne me alonko mpangole nga download from the Ministry of Finance abembulu. Nga report on nga review le nga jeje ko $823 million me alonko akodo afiltale central bank ni GRA tema. GRA ko timing difference le wote. Timing difference ndemo account anolete. O manyen na tambila hani til wora wala la fam ni atra abe mela because ni cheko mu cheko ni ake account to manyen na tambila til wora wala la anyanta clear. So timing difference le better lage Green Serum 2020 new report of Fintita. Hani bi $823 million amanje. Andu afele National Assembly la plenary wal famol manyin ko kalamuta. Abala fa war ba ki ñine ati na Gambian frustrated ñine ati na Gambian ko National Assembly alman tara do ko la ngalon ko mol bal ko le meni alon ko mo ken ko lelmu ngalon ko mol bal ko le meni alon ko e banko la interest to la atat bari hani bi banko mol majority intene milu ya ila jero to wala ñinti ko député la hani bi la do ko ñinga manke tala asi kano capacity ko le beje so ninga capacity le mu alto la problème Oton tolta wono la ñam problème o no bawo hani bi wo député kilingol wollel beje baglok ñem beje sango sang akalla faale so ñam problème o ate banno lan kala jero
ban so me fonko
honorable le jabiro so do le
no sa akuma fo nyama because we be distract kana la mamu afa lati mi
nka men fotan wala ñenti ko yalo ela kumo ko ya yitan ni ko ni auditor general la report findita every member of the National Assembly e ka report o ñin sotal so bari
sa ikan report ikan
ni auditor general la report ko no ngamen yitan ni la ko million keme say million wannin saba me yalon ko wala filter Central Bank ni Gambia Revenue Authority tema Gambia Revenue Authority ko itole ko do jo Central Bank ko do ñim mon futa yo bari birim auditor general e Gambia Revenue Authority ko ñinenka ye may yitandi auditor general la wala ñinti ko timing difference le beje so mol minul yalon ko be la moy rola ani minul be jube rola pour ka explain ye timing difference ka menti wala ñinti ko Gambia government la accounts aka tarasangola kono kabo January kata December yo ning ayatara Gambia Revenue Authority e kodota December fadula ma fongola ya ke Central Bank Jannin Central Bank be report on yindila accountant general yala buko close e ka fo wala timing difference bawo time o men na kodo dunta anin time o men na bukol soronda e manke kilinde bari wo kari wala lokul minul yol noma wo kono kodo nyi nyanta fintilale report o nyanta futala accountant general le pour ka safe bukol kono ko nyirule kodo men jo sango fadla akodo nyi futatanan bari bimbe August le kono hani bi kodo nyin abe yemandin andu altol député be report o nyin sodole moment so altol kono membita la plenary kayitandi ko alinga ku simfa nyata nyin kodo nkana nyin tu perfect damabulu bankola na flow million keme say million wonnin saba wala yemanta so mala ibe muna sotla ibe mel la na ko mo kan honorable akabu ibe mute
I'm for let me make this very clear. National Assembly ni wala be caring ko hanasa ñu fo ñu matres that would have been controlled by the relevant committees. The issue of finance call of way is under a committee which I don't belong to. If you ask me issues relating to my question, unless another plenary, this time in problem immediate that has been addressed, and it's not up to my knowledge. Unless you ask, and we have people in the public account committee that are very much aware about the subject area they are dealing with. They are bankers, they are accountants, they understand a lot. So Niwa issue be carrying the up till now, Mambo. I know that would have been addressed by now. Obekela another one is willing. But science thing, when they tell information up till now, woman recover.
Yeah, auditor ala report on sa fe serum 2020.
So when they tell confirm ko woman recover. This was not
jabiten.
Okay.
Bring auditor general ala audit nyinke 2020. I report on yinta a key Ministry of Finance. Okay. Ministry of Finance ya jube ye jabiroke. So wo jabiro nyin kono ya yitandi wala to ko timing difference la. Wo fanamu 2020 leti serun sama kono. Yo bari auditor general nata ala report o safe ka fumi yanko management letter. Ayo safe March 2021 la. Ka yitandi ko bring end of year 2020 walam December ti kata for March 2021 kodo nyi amar recover.
But what is the
timing difference? Timing difference lam. Womanyan na tambila hani lokun sabala. Bari atata for karsaba. Kodo nyi be yemandi.
No, you don't. If you can understand, like if new auditor general report on your right, there are priority ranking. And any issue you have flagged, management should respond. If they are not satisfied, they will flag it. And another National Assembly, this is where people also follow up and make sure that they are recovered.
Management letter follows the response of management. Bring auditor ala report nyin safe. I key management ye. management ye response kele management la response wala ñi yitandi ko timing difference la auditor na ta jabiro ke management la response la ka yitandi ko nin timing difference mo ma ñan na tambila han calcul la sako karsaba ko mi yalon ko aketa December January February fo March ko do ñi mon futa central bank fo mu timing ñaadi leti auditor la query aketa ñineti management leta ñinto so wala tinna o reporto ñi yawla ki national assembly management leta ñin ka yitandi ko ñinol ko timing difference lam bar ni atra timing difference lam wata meta bakela ba way ay karsabat sile say to central bank ni jiare tema ko do la dunga na la fi o ñanta karsaba silal so nka wol to ko indi maten management leta ñin ko le ridie wala reply ke la fo pareta brim auditor ko do ñin a filitale management ko ko do ñin man fili ko do ñin timing difference wala yatinna amandu account ko bari auditor general la reply ñing to the management letter waketale 3 months after management ya response so ni nga atra timing difference le mune atina ay karsabata nka wol to ko indi maten honorable
Hello?
Yes, honorable, kuri kam may. Kuri yala kumo may.
Anyway, Musawa.
Yes, yala kumo may.
Amara kudu na ko na. Ngala kumo may, but coming fire ko. Nga kumo may, but I'm coming fire ko. Management and response cut and the timing difference long. If that still persists, water federal law bill, and the committee will be able to call these people, there is no audit report that will come there, and there is management query. There is auditor general query where people, National Assembly don't take it up. So new one knowledge work that will it over because priority is given to that. But that is a report that is tabled to the National Assembly. Once it's tabled to the National Assembly, it attracts the Assembly attention. That particular report takes precedence. So I know that has been solved out. Oh my God! What I can know, what the position up to 2021? For another budgeting going on, no, that will not be. What I can know, and coming from Afoe, you have we have auditors in the park committee that are very, very effective and are very much aware of these things. So what the position up till today, and if go back and make inquiry. If you make inquiry, I will come on another platform. We discuss about this issue. That's not happening.
Okay,
yeah,
honorable. Yeah, go on.
I want you to go back and make inquiry whether that has been resolved.
Lapta example kilina dilela in 2017 auditor ya query kele kodo la me alonko asiata $1 billion sistile o query nying accountant general le query ko itolie ye yimmem fo accounts lel be gemini alonko e mar reconcile no so kodo nyin linkumo a filtale bawetol ila record se me yitandi wolem nyinti ko kodo me alonko abelari ngi ay 1 billion sil bari physical kodo nyi wo mantaraje. This was in 2017. Auditor your report nyindi ye report ki National Assembly 2018 the same query nying abe auditor la report ko no 2018 ye report kilimani ya ni na query nying among address so 2020
no, you have to understand parliamentary procedures. If a report is sent to the parliament, none of the plenary, first minister, I can refer to a committee. And that committee must exhaust that particular report. Among the report, I can committee level. The committee level finding a report, they make sure that whatever has been a query is solved.
Hanga wolto bambandi mate yalong query sort of in 2017. Query ing a report of the National Assembly in 2017.
You are good in making queries. Queries nada. But whether they have been resolved, people go to follow.
Hanga wolto yalo niela moyna dron mbeje ko indle male. Nka nyin query memfo aketa 2017 le. Yeah.
Yeah,
report auditor general ala report sa fe adi national assembly la so pour que la kumo nyim bambandi dro ning atra query ni resolve tale na 2018 audit report manya na query kilo soto laje o query kilo findita 2018 audit report kono o report the same report ni atata national assembly la kayitandi la ko 2017 ngani 1 billion men query afela findita 2018 audit report kono amar resolve 2020 audit report fana ankanyi mem foyete o fana the same query ni yitandile ko 1 billion dollars is me alon ko unreconciled items kodi le me alon ko to ma reconcile no foko do nyim fa do mata fa sunya da fa keta nyawnya audit accountant general man kuma fono wodo hani bi abe accountant to unreconciled items audit report saba me alon ko wala tata national assembly la committee me alon ko wala responsible to public accounts la a query ni ma resolve so nka wolto foyete nti ma mira nyim committee itoliye capacity so do pour kanyin query minul yala kane kam puta deal kaje ko problem ol minul beje ay banje so itla gero to honorable ngalon ko e mantra committee nyim kono and I'm not pointing at you you know as an individual national assembly member barenka memfo wala nyinti ko ita fo e je bambandi la ko nim ku kita député bu ngale ka fele député so nyimu kuleti me alonko alla committee le beje mer responsibility nyin nante mamira o committee ya capacity so to problem ol minul bebe nyim man sakunda ko pour ka address no so itala jeroto as an outsider of that committee mose mune keno kanyim committee ma ko pour nyin isul minul beje ke address
no isu clean up je yala coming for thing yala specifically the subject you are dealing with among the domain. But one thing I'm telling you, National Assembly people are divided into committees depending on your credentials, your background. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And most of them, there are people in the park, many along they are accountants, some are auditors. They are, and I know they are very much effective. But one thing, because in another of recently from 2018, in fact, within the sub-region, they were one of the best performing within the sub-region. Other committees mean to begin. We're gonna make a function. But say they can even be flag tank. These are very important things. Me along and the scenario. One thing I will give it to you. Are you in the Gambia here or?
No, I'm based in UK. But I'm not in Gambia anyway.
Anyway, come in Nina for. Would have if you have been ideal, we go in school for better. You can even be flag tank.
Yeah.
Then you engage the department, or you even write to the office of the clerk. Then you write to the office of the clerk. You are pending, so that they can forward it to FPA.
Okay.
Honorable kuma nyinyata asaneata but wato yang kumasal kan jamfa because mang wato ma fenke we go only 5 minutes Dr. Jane fanana program nyandana Amadou Scatrel Jane is supposed to come here pura fanana program so wato mintu ta jesa bandele fereng to set up the studio pura Dr. Jane ngala mol nyandana la program minna jang but janning mbokela honorable malum fo sem promise no le konse murna janne pour nga nyin kaja continue ngake on time kadu radio do ko atem wato de ne wato miss dorong aka nyin si falle sa waka dum modo la programme le kono so wati nga time mo min fenke mete dula folo beje la jannin kata di exchange was so good ne nyimbe bakela dol ngan be ngan na banko le kanu banko kano le nyin sabu banko la hajo banko la ko le sula pour foirol ko ke jenko di nti fala be banda no nyame ana batala no nyame honorable beten to la babake ite mo député l'économie alon ka hani ta kana janka diam ko ko bringa fo e manyi ne ka fam munon the list of questions and wol on député ken ya député mo me hani da kana ka diam ka fo mole ma fa nyako ila questionol sata nyane be ngini kala minal o tete alon ne kamifo yalon ne ibe minke kan honorable beji me tedula bejelo no afoni lafta sa ko kum faja ka wato bandal fere no
atonya honorable tonya ni matrambe analog use la mala ka fanya di lembe misalo use la msafono ko jatole muyti en karol minul na tay koleata andum yetto nyale ko bari maybe mbenyinta la offline bawela ila contact number be ngule na atra ila dunyo kun kedi e contact la le pour nga jibe ndefana be national assembly la public finance accounts committee nying engage la nyamin pour nga jibe mbenyum kol kala nyamin kantum akumata bakele pour ni akara e masim fa nyata nyum kol andu ye mako do nyininka ye kawdi gambian ko la gambian no be dawda mi alon ko asiye mako no aye mako pour ila do ko se sonano e bulu nyamin banko la fanko nyin tankano nyamin andu report jamalel dite la be alon ko wol do fota gele minule tapale yake wol soto dala be alon ko e man sakuna ko do ta ka hotel o joy la friendsoli o report ol be fota na audit national assembly la nyin committee la son tol man kuje me alon ko ya ta wala nan ka ma ko koy man sim fanya ta je bar ntol ma jele ntol la gero so ni ya tray septani ko ni be address baraka ba
okay abaraka ba ke Mustafa ini nuha be tendula be jayna kachani be dana ba ke la diata because nte I don't make any public attorney from media interviewing related to my job make deny because it's part of me mole ke jele pour call clarify na personal number my doors are open to you you can call me be for thing I need jawabale be national assembly personally I can take it up with these things you come in be for thing if these issues are still at large my personal contact I'm 7840792 I'm on WhatsApp so any issues so just contact me we'll work it out. One thing what is very important I'm ready to be available for your platform anytime now to talk about issues but before I would like to talk about issues that affect my area because there are specific areas bedaming and you have a lot of problems that are confronted in that particular areas for now. So this is purely finance, it's purely audit. I am not there. Economy for if still they persist, which I know the park comprises of credible people. If new persist come up till now, I would also like to know because it's important. Like it's important. Yes, it's your background. You try to make research to come out with facts. Katalila you never caring, which I really thank you for your courage and commitment you have for your country. This is important because these are the leakage that we need to control in order to push the development agenda of this country. So Bafle, bravo on those things. But my doors are open. If you are ready anytime, just contact me. We'll be able to see how best each of these questions. Even myself, I can come out with a parliamentary question attacking these issues and they will be addressed. I will ask the relevant ministers. Even if I can develop a lot of parliamentary questions on them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Before everything I come.
Honorable Bafleko Abaraka, thank you for your time, energy, and effort. Bafleko inimbare mo kenengalom be murna jannanga kajako di.
You're welcome, no problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And then you want to like viewing listener be tentu ke jai kandabula banku kuoto mi alom bele be banku mi ni banku bedada tolle amam betia mo koto e nama ngegameno so andu mansoda jilana sando na jando kunya mfola be wura la nga doku so any irregularity a jartal ka flag like luabe min ke kara is very important flag whatever you've seen ndo fana be wala nyama because deputy fana fana doko multi ka flag and ka call correct but it's unfortunate luasi fal min be bulu and call min be critically so ala baraka baki
baraka thank you so much thank you no abudun se sarode al nimbara baraka follow kunna la inshallah okay baraka no all right brunsa lamor la na jibe la wato en so nyinna la bedanna le janne babukar jawaram be ten tulam be jayla babukar keta be hakku dani la ko man layno yelano katum programme do la nyantana la honorable tardeta do man ning wala atende man layno yelano anin kudo commental fana lafta ke karambare aw ko lalambol we've got only 10 minutes to set the studio up pour programme do min nyantana la memo amat scatral janela programme oti brun lamadla ngi berlal wato en so nyinna lambe danna le janne Gambia corruption free programme audio nying pour que mol hakilo bulande ko nim membe kere mol diam tale bare ko ite programme o nying ita bondilano ila radio to funding the content nying itol malo memba kono so they have a control policy mi alon ko yewle so in place putung inshallah mo be tantula be jele wato minta pour kana kay la mo nyim programme o nyinna mol min koy be mako ro kala pour que programme o nyim fundinde on membe kere iko ita akela no katung kuma kawal min fola jay tol man control soto over that wala na ema keno budum be mol hakidan la wala inshallah nim mol baka calal min yalon ko wolle yim volontaire ko be ko do nying jola inshallah budum be dana la janne fo wati ko inshallah nal badi malo mustafa jame ka bono skype or radio and tv services follow kunala aldimbara